final pick here to actually counter things off. And now we're about to actually finish the draft and get ourselves ready for the very first brawl between Orange Esports Report as well as Axis. And now let the battles begin. Let's see us have you guys in the chat who you guys are favoring. Is it Orange Esports Report or Axis Esports? A little bit of poke over the side of Nam, and we are already seeing Evil X here clearing the way for the side of Axis.
I think we have to talk about the changes to the wave as well, you know? The first wave actually has a little bit more EXP than usual, so you can definitely see that the heroes that really need it will actually force the first wave, clear it as quickly as possible before going to the buff rather than starting on the buff these days. So you can see how Axis is kind of adapting to this situation in the new patch. So expect them to continue to play a little bit more aggressively later on from Orange Esports. But for now, Axis is very happy to play it slow until they hit their level 2s. And now Lung is going to be looking for picks across the river.
Yeah, and of course, Chaku just moving all the way back, disrespecting enemy lines right there. And we're definitely going to look for a very potential late game skirmish between the two of them, because some of these guys definitely need a lot of all this gold. But speaking of gold right here, the first blood will go in favor of Orange Esports with that dive.
And I'm not too sure why Axis kind of allowed the dive to happen. They knew it was going to happen. Oh no, Mom might actually get an ejector on someone. Evil X is holding on a little bit long. Rin comes in, he gets hit by the initial stun from the ejector. But with the Salmon Force, this should be pretty easy cleanup here for Rin. One more Chrono Dash. Oh, but Mal makes it out. Quick flicker is out of there. They trade 2 for 2. Honestly, not too bad considering that Axis got dove under the turret. So in a sense, I would say Axis did kind of win out on that trade.
Yeah, and of course, we're looking at the gold draft here. It's pretty much very similar. And for the Racketeer, Aaron, right on the bottom side, he will be able to actually farm up very well. He's already got his ultimate Tempest online. So he's just going to be raiding in towards every single one of these camps. But does Axis Esports probably will be able to actually find a catch? But oh, there we go. Silo is down and Uranus is out.
Oh boy, they're trying to get on Kid Meatball. Is he gonna survive? Yes, Rin comes in with the Chrono Dash to kind of scare them off. The Farsa unable to continue on with a Feathered Airstrike, has to back away into her Hunter's form. And I think this is where, you know, Axis Esports are gonna unleash their game plan. They're looking to play the 1-3-1. You can see that Roger is in the top side by himself. On the bottom side is going to be Cho, and their objective throughout this game is to pull as much attention to themselves as possible by pushing the waves and maybe getting objectives. Oh boy, looks like Lung might be in some trouble here. He gets hit by pretty much everything, but luckily Lung wasn't able to land the slow onto onto Mom here. He manages to push away, and yeah, Axis Esports, they just kind of want to do this time and time again. Fast rotations, play the split push game.
Yeah, and they are actually getting us some really good pickoffs there, but Silo is just causing a little bit of a nuisance over on this side. Although he did falter once, it's not going to be too fatal for them as Kid Maple gets that ass right onwards in. And what a beautiful killing spree going in the hands of Mal. Hey, you predicted him as the MVP. He might just be the MVP for this match if they get this win.
I don't know. He is using Wan though. She hasn't received any nerfs, too many nerfs at all. So we're gonna have to just wait and see. Oh no, Mom once again ejected with the unstoppable force onto Long. Aaron wants to go in, comes in with the Steel Tempest. He manages to land. He wants a little bit more. Kaiser X actually making it out. Silo is going for the chase. I'm not entirely sure whether they caught up with it, but it looks like he hasn't. Uranus is out of here. He doesn't want to deal with this anymore. But then again, he is a really annoying tank. Fighter, pseudo, hybrid, whatever you want to call him. He's just very annoying.
Yeah, and of course, the Uranus is definitely an all-rounded pick, which is why Silo actually hovers upon him and instantly locks him when it's available onwards phase number 2 of the bans. But over the top side here, we're already looking at Orange Esports with the lead after crushing off the very first turret of the game. Now they're going to be rotating in towards mid to look for another as well. Let's see what Kid Maple can possibly do. The missile arrow won't miss, which means that Axis will have to get this one away.
And Axis, they can't really do anything about this. They've got to go straight into the fight. Jumping onto Evil X, surprising choice. Steel Tempest coming to the backline, but the stun onto Rin was huge, but they can't finish him off. Yes, they finally do get that last shot. Kid Meepo coming around the left flank. Doesn't seem like he has any angle to get in on this, and Orange Esports Reborn looking really, really good. Some good textbook plays and punishing Axis for slow rotations. They just took the entire tier 1 turret off the face of the planet.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Mom, how he actually beautifully sets up for Orange Esports. It's just wonderful to actually watch. But over here, we're going to see a flicker coming out. And whoa, Mom, he escapes that for a little bit more. But there's still a lot of tension coming in. Mom might be able to walk it off, but no, he will not. One kill going over side of Kaiser X. And boy, they are fighting back.
That was a really clean Shunpo coming in from Kid Meepo there. That would have turned out differently had he not blocked blocked the stun with his Shunpo there. The rest of the team is sort of rotating in a very weird form. It looks like they're clearing out the jungle before they look to punish Axis. Axis, again, they have their plan online. You can see Kid Meepo on the bottom side of the map, you know, getting a really, really good push. But as long as Orange Esports maintain priority over the mid lane, they can actually do a lot more to hurt Axis Esports. Like, oh no, Bomb! Once again, every single time he's out of position, Axis is there to pick him up for those free kills.
But at the very least, they did manage to actually secure that turtle in hand. So Orange Esports is still on the winning side, and we'll get Silo just distracting Kid Meepo for a little bit more. But here comes maybe a good setup for Aaron, as we've seen that Mom is such a vital player that is drawing so much aggro and setting up all these fights. That's the reason why Axis Esports wants to clear off the Jawhead first. But so far, in terms of structures as well as objectives, they're pretty much having only one turret on the deficit. But of course, that's going to be changed right now with that takedown of the top side.
They're going to take their time here for now, as the rest of Orange Esports, like, I like the way Orange Esports thinks. Oh, wait, they're going to go for the dive onto Kid Meepo here. Ooh, very big unstoppable force coming in from Mom, but Kid Meepo was ready for it. He saved his abilities in the way of the dragon. But now Evil X is going to get ejected over, quickly going with a wild charge here. Aaron, he doesn't have enough energy to continue on with the chase in that final feathered airstrike. Again, Evil X is just too big right now to actually be dealt with. Mom getting a good ejector onto Kaiser. The fight hasn't stopped just yet. The backline is now in trouble as Meepo trying to dodge around with the Shunpo. Rin with the Zaman Force holding on very, very strongly, but just not enough when it comes to the raw damage from Orange Esports. That slight power spike here at the 21k mark has netted them a free fight, and now this is time for Orange Esports to punish Axis.
That's right, and the moment that they know that Evil X is falling back, that's definitely that cue to call to actually pick on one more, and then this will be a beautiful way of the dragon to actually get one kill upon Mom. So right now, it's just a Jawhead soaking everything up as well as Silo, but they can't really seem to actually get their hands over onto Aaron nor Mel as of yet. There's gonna be a brand new turtle coming up online over onwards the top side of the river real soon.
Now notice that, you know, the teams have actually kind of changed up their priorities in terms of battle spells at this point, right? A lot of them aren't picking up the flame shot as often as they as most people would have assumed so, but you know, the patch has definitely nerfed that quite significantly, and a lot more people are deciding, you know what, it's actually important that we secure the turtle, secure these buffs whenever we can, so bringing the retribution just became that much more important.
That's right, and of course, great eye on that as well, as that's a big killing spree coming in for Kaiser X. He's actually scaling as time goes by, but can they actually challenge this though? Looks going to be bursted down in a jiffy, as we're going to get Kaiser X should be able to actually pick off the kill against Mom, as Bryn takes that one pretty much easy peasy. And now this turtle actually going in favor of the side of Axis Esports. Well, there's going to be a turret takedown up in the mid lane here. Quick response coming from Orange Esports.
Exactly. And see, this is what I'm talking about. Orange Esports knows how to respond. They were trade tit for tat. Yes, they were down 2 members against 4. Yet they still managed to take a tier 2 despite the fact they are very quick to make their decisions. And this is what I like to see from a team that I believe has a lot of potential. Right now, Axis are slightly on the back foot. Not too far away from Orange Esports, to be fair. However, they are lacking in a lot of structural damage right now. So I think that's where Axis kind of wants to pool their resources here, because look at their side laners. Kaiser X is level 12. He's becoming huge. He's got 3 kills under his belt on top of a bounty hunter. So you know he wants to stack stack that bounty hunter as fast as possible. Rin, 4 and 2 himself. That Salmon Force plus mystery shop is making him such a beast, especially since we've hit the 10-minute mark into the game.
That's right, and it's all about how they're going to be maneuvering this one. Tapu getting caught out. There's only one more tap to actually finish this up. Evil X chases right in, and he's going to wall him off. Instead, this is going to be a 1-for-1 as Orange Esports responds in favor, but oh no, they're going to catch over on Aaron as well. Tempest being brought out, and he's being so slippery. Aaron survives, and he's moving out. What a big play coming from Aaron. And now, here comes Rindo. Salmon Force being popped out, and they're going to look for that 1-1. Big shutdown going on for the side of Axis.
That was huge. Axis really needed that, but luckily Aaron was able to survive that entire engagement, which allows him to get more time to kind of like respawn to what's going to happen here in mid. It's going to be a big fight. Unstoppable Force coming in from Mob. The backline is getting pushed away. Low can't really get back into the fight. Aaron landing, making sure he's landing his abilities, but Kaiser X has dodged everything important, every important ability. He is just chunking out Aaron, and Aaron can't seem to shake him off.
Yeah, of course, Aaron so far, although he can't really do all too much in those sort of situations, he still had a little bit more of that mobility left, and now over on Silo, he's going to be, of course, taking out the wave, and there's not even much damage that can be done towards the route for the current standpoint. So as it stands right now, in about the 12-minute mark, we're looking at the kills favoring the side of Axis Esports as they are slowly coming back in towards the radar to balance off that goal deficit.
Yep, they really need to bounce back here, or at least create a big, Mom. Oh, wait, actually, Mom might actually pull this through. Kid Meeple is in trouble. He's 1 HP. Yes, Mal is able to secure it really nicely, but the back line, Aaron, he's trying his best. Steel Tempest out of there, and the rest of the team just have to figure out how to deal with Rin. They get the initial stun, but it ain't enough, and 1 by 1, Orange Esports members are getting killed. They can't do anything about it. Mom, once again, with the injection with the Spark Missile, but, Long does not want to miss a single Abyssal Arrow, especially at that distance. Can Silo actually steal this away?
Oh no, Silo's trying his best, and now he's going to go in for a little destruction. Aaron's going to be cutting right by, looking for a really good Tempest as well. He does have that Retribution ready up, but oh my goodness, that's going to be a Tempest over on towards 2, but he will try to actually escape for now. The Lord is being brought down low. Silo spots it out and might just actually steal it. No, he does not. Axis Esports, the very first Lord of the playoffs.
That was a very interesting way to kind of contest the Lord there. As you can see, like both teams kind of understood that there were options potentially for the opposing team to steal away, especially for the side of Orange. Like, despite Silo actually being there to kind of buffer the pressure, Aaron was the main threat because he had the Retribution. So Axis told themselves, you know what, we can't afford this. We can't afford Orange to steal this away, so we're gonna have to hold out. Now that Lord is pushing down onto the bottom side of the map, you can see Axis, again, very typical of them, want to play on the opposite side to kind of synchronize the waves, make sure that they take the tier 2s, take full advantage of this Lord.
Yeah, and of course it's going to be moving right in, so this is going to be a perfect setup for Axis Esports to actually take over the game. They've already balanced out that sort of the goal deficit that we've earlier talked about, and that Abyssal Arrow just nearly hits the side of Silo, and with that Lord marching right in, let's see what can Orange Esports Reborn do to actually clear this one off.
Yep, Feathered Airstrike coming in, big charge coming in from Lord. They haven't really done, but Kid Meepo in the backline, he's being very dangerous here. Aaron tries to clear the waves, but no matter what, they are going to lose an inhibitor here. There's nothing much they can do about that, especially with 2 Lord-empowered minion waves crashing in through mid and bot. So I think this should be enough profit for the side of Axis. They're probably going to back off and wait until the next Lord before they decide to fight again.
That's right, and we're on towards the bottom side. Seems like there's still going to be a little bit of that pressure coming from Kid Meepo, while Orange Esports tries to actually go in for a little bit more of that wave clear over the top side as well, which is heavily focused by Evil X. And I'm really concerned where Evil X, one of the best tanks of the league, he seems to be pretty much unfazed about a lot of all these sort of things that's happening across the map, where Orange Esports puts so much pressure upon him, and he can actually take so much more and of course fight back. But you know, as it stands right now, can Orange Esports find a way to come back? And here we go, another team fight going on.
This is going to be huge. The backline's in trouble. Mom is the first to go down, but Aaron wasn't able to secure the kill. He has to deal with the Zaman Force now as the rest of Axis come crashing through. Lonely is very dangerously low. However, they can't seem to catch Aaron here. And now Aaron is in so much trouble. He's trying to recall out of there before Kid Meepo actually gets to him. Can Kid Meepo get to him? Oh, so close. Unfortunately, he didn't check the right bush at the right time.
Yeah, if only he walks straight in towards the other one, then he will be able to stop the recalls right there and get one more kill off. As we are looking in towards 15 minutes of play, now Axis Esports definitely having slight leads, and Orange Esports now on a slight back foot, hoping to actually find a way to even get anywhere near towards that Lord that's about to spawn towards the top side of the river in less than a minute. So Mom's gonna be responding. He's gonna be one of the front lines that they can depend on. A little bit of that immortality purchased there by Silo, so he can definitely take a couple more hits as they're just rotating by. But over right here, the setups are looking pretty good for the side of Axis Esports as Mom goes in for the attack.
Yeah, I find it really interesting that Mal actually has the Mage Slayer, Slayer, what's it called, the emblem on the Wan here. I find that particularly interesting because I don't necessarily think it's the best. I would have expected like something like the Weakness Finder or the Electro Flash. Oh, looks like Kid Meepo is under a lot of pressure here. Ooh, he has a very clean Shunpo, but Aaron should be able to catch up. The Retribution gets the initial slow. One more Shunpo by Kid Meepo, and he makes it out of there scot-free. No punishment whatsoever, and some very big ultimates coming out of Orange Esports here. If Axis forces a fight at Lord right now, Orange Esports is going to be lacking.
Yeah, and definitely concerned for that as we are looking at a lot of all these setups coming from Axis Esports once more. Both sides are actually guarding it really tightly as Mom now contest over to the Pixel Bush, and oh, Flicker coming from the side of Silo as he tries to protect his immortality, looking for a Lung. They're gonna dive right in. Tempest over on towards Evil X, almost catches over the Lung, but he slides away. Now they're gonna be trading right back, and of course they're gonna be calling it a truce for a couple of seconds from now. Silo still following the footsteps here. He can actually take some hits, but Kaiser X is getting a little bit impatient. Then they are definitely gonna reset this fight once again. Oh boy, this is looking so even.
Yeah, wait, Evil X, this time he didn't have the power of nature to kind of, or any walls to actually maintain his passive there. He gets pushed back. Kid Meepo now, he's looking at Mom. Do they want to take this opportunity? And no, they don't. They just don't want to have to deal with Mom right now, knowing that Chakbu is so nearby. But Mal comes up with a very big purchase here. He just got his Winds of Nature, which is going to allow him to dodge some very critical abilities. However, what do you think, Aaron? Do you think Axis or Orange Esports is going to scale better? Because personally, I feel like Axis has a composition that scales quite nicely into the late game, and Orange Esports might be lacking in that department.
Yeah, I would say that 1-1 is going to be pretty much fine in late game, but I'm looking at things like Uranus as well as Jawhead. They're just going to be hitting that ceiling really soon. Like, it's about 20 minutes now, and of course, Rin, Kaiser X, as well as Lum, they are still scaling as time goes by. Although they have already hit that level 15, it's all about that sort of item spike that they're about to get.
Yep, and they've already hit their full build at this point. I think everybody has an immortality at this point. 19 minutes into the game, it's been a very long game so far, but I think both of these teams understand that like they cannot afford to lose games. Like, they have to keep the momentum strong. Chakbu also purchasing a very important item. I'm pretty sure that was the Winter Truncheon, and not the Winds of Nature actually in this case. But let's see how they play this out, because it's about who gets bigger abilities off more efficiently.
That's right, and of course we're really looking at Chakbu going for a little bit of change, but instead he gets caught up by Rin going on the back as well, and that's an unstoppable Tariff right there as they are going in for a little bit of fight by the river as well. Kaiser X being dropped towards 35%, but they're looking for the kill over onwards. Log is down, and this is definitely the cue to call for them to actually do something about it. The waves are set up really well for the side of Orange, and now committing in towards this fight. We're looking at Silo right there. Been being stuck by the wall. My goodness, Victor coming out from the side of Silo as the jaw hit will have to fall. Over on the top side though, Mal, he might just be it. This is just time being bombed. This is a genius move coming from the side of Orange Esports. They got a recall right now, and he's trying to do it all by himself.
He's got to pull through. He's got to pull through. Okay, it looks like Orange Esports have kind of held on very, very nicely here. What a call from Orange Esports, the sacrifice members, to ensure that they lock down 2 inhibitors from Axis Esports. I don't get to see this very often, but that's some very high-level thinking there coming in from Orange Esports, if I have to say so myself.
Really out of the box. We didn't expect Mel to actually move up from the team fight. He could have actually changed that team fight, but he says, no, I want to win the game. But now, this might have actually cost that. Oh my goodness me! It's the Barca there with the better ass right to actually take it all the way. They stole the Lord, and now Orange Esports is definitely going to be back in the game. It doesn't matter how many kills that Axis Esports gets.
Yo, Axis Esports has got to be fuming right now, bro. I'm telling you, like, if I was Orange Esports, I'd be jumping for joy. If I was Axis, I would just be adding extra salt to my water because, goodness gracious, Orange Esports is holding on a lot better than what Axis would have imagined here. Honestly, I think they felt very confident in taking any fights from the 15-minute mark, from the 12-minute mark onwards. They were super strong, and now Orange Esports have just pushed back with some very good plays and very good decision-making, forcing Axis Esports into this corner.
And now, here it is. That being said, the Lord's coming right in. Oh, and we're gonna look for it in the end here as Harris gonna be diving right in for the set down. Good tempest as well. Orange Esports will get the very first matchup in the FPL.